We're seeing an extraordinary moment. Look what's happening here.
Well, listen, you're going to have guys like this, you know, they want to instigate, they want to create a...
What is he instigating, Bernie? I'm sorry, I've got to interrupt.
Richard, look at him. This is a cop out there accused of doing nothing wrong, trying to keep the peace.
Having a silent protest with his police officer.
He gets right in his face and stares him down.
All right, that was from the Kelly file last night, as you saw there, a protester right in a cop's face, staring him down, looking like he tried to be provocative. Rod Wheeler is with us for more commentary on what's been going on there. Rod, would you give us your assessment to what happened in Chicago last night in reaction to that video?
Well, obviously, good morning to you, first of all, Stuart. You know, what we saw last night in Chicago is really just indicative of what's been happening here in the United States over the past 3 to 4 years. And you and I have talked about this many, many times on your show. And, you know, police departments have to do a better job at policing themselves. And then cities and elected officials need to do a better job when they decide to do their investigations, and they need to reach decisions much quicker. The only reason we saw what took place last night, Stuart, real quick, in Chicago is because it took them 10 months to make a decision and do their investigation, and that's ridiculous. And that's why we saw the reaction last night, Stuart.
But if the response of the black community to a perceived slight, and I don't mean to downplay it by saying a perceived slight, this was an extraordinary situation, but if the reaction of the black community is always going to be violent confrontation, that's a problem, is it not?
It is a problem, but you know, I don't think it's going to always be violent confrontation. And you know what? This is the perfect time for our nation to come together. And that's why, Stuart, I've said for the longest, we need elected officials, we need leaders to bring people together and not keep us separated. You know, when you look at that dynamic image.
What about President Obama here? You say we need leaders who will bring us together. Has President Obama brought us together in the last 7 years, blacks and whites?
No, that's my opinion. I mean, I've said it before. Absolutely not. We need real leadership in the White House. We need real leadership on Capitol Hill. I think President Obama has done the best he could, but the best he could is not good enough. And, you know, when you look at that dynamic image, this is the point I want to make, of that police officer and that young African-American man last night. You know what's the label that goes with that? America is in crisis. And that's what we see, Stuart, and that's what we see all across the country. Black males, police, white male, and it's going to be like that, Stuart, until we get some leadership in the White House.
Well, that is a most unfortunate prognosis, but we welcome your honesty. Rod Wheeler, thank you very much indeed, sir. We will see you again soon, I'm sure.
Thanks, Stuart. Have a good Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving to you, Rod. Let's not forget that. Happy Thanksgiving. All right.
That's right.
It's time to get out and draw.